How to finish a necklace or bracelet that's been strung onto beading wire using a lobster clasp. In this case, I'll be demonstrating with a bracelet. The first step is to attach a small jump ring to the end of your lobster clasp. You don't have to do this, but I prefer to do it because it leaves a more finished look, and I find the bracelet lays nicer on the wrist. Open the jump ring, attach it to the lobster clasp, and close it securely. Next, slide a crimp tube or crimp bead onto the end, one end of your beading wire. Bring the wire through the jump ring, back through the crimp tube or crimp bead, and snug that up in the crimp tube like so. Next, we're going to use crimping pliers to close that crimp tube. We're going to start using the largest dimple in the crimping pliers. We're going to slide that over the crimp tube and press. As you see, that forms a little bend in your crimp, snugging it to the wire. And the last step is to take the tip of your crimping pliers and close that securely. Next, I'll trim the tail of the wire, slide the beads back on this end of the bracelet, and we're going to use a crimp tube to attach a larger jump ring on this side. Crimp tubes, you slide that on the beading wire, bring the beading wire through the jump ring, back through the crimp tube, and snug that up. We want to snug it so we still have a drape. We don't want it to be so tight that this bracelet won't hang and drape nicely, and I find that it does. So now we're going to close the crimp tube like we did on the other side. Trim the tail of beading wire. Didn't get quite close enough. And then we're going to connect the lobster clasp on one end of the bracelet to the jump ring on the other. And there we have a finished bracelet.